Have you ever felt like you were doing the right thing, but everything still went wrong? That's what happened to Joseph. Joseph was the son of Jacob, and he had a special place in his father's heart. But that made his brothers jealous. One day, they sold him as a slave, and Joseph was taken to Egypt. Even though things looked bad, Joseph stayed faithful to God. He was sold to a man named Potiphar, and because God was with him, Joseph did his work well and gained trust. But then, something unfair happened. Potiphar's wife told a lie about Joseph. She said he did something wrong, something he didn't do. Potiphar believed the lie and threw Joseph into prison. Now Joseph was in a dark, lonely place. He hadn't done anything wrong, yet he was being punished. But even in prison, Joseph did not complain. He didn't turn away from God. He kept doing what was right, and God was still with him. In the prison, the warden saw that Joseph was wise and trustworthy, so Joseph was put in charge of the other prisoners. Again, Joseph worked hard and stayed faithful. One day, two of Pharaoh's officials, the cupbearer and the baker, were also thrown into prison. They each had strange dreams. They didn't know what the dreams meant, but Joseph told them, interpretations belong to God, and with God's help, he explained the dreams. He told the cupbearer that he would be restored to his job in 3 days, and Joseph asked him, please remember me when you get out. Tell Pharaoh about me. Just as Joseph said, the cupbearer was released and returned to Pharaoh's palace. But he forgot about Joseph. So Joseph stayed in prison waiting, forgotten by people, but not by God. 2 whole years went by. Then one night, Pharaoh had 2 dreams that no one could explain. That's when the cupbearer finally remembered Joseph. He told Pharaoh about him. Joseph was brought out of prison, and by God's wisdom, he explained Pharaoh's dreams. Because of this, Pharaoh made Joseph second in command over all of Egypt. What can we learn from Joseph's time in prison? Joseph didn't know how long he would wait. He didn't know when or how things would change, but he didn't give up. He kept doing what was right, even when it was hard. He didn't let bitterness grow in his heart. He trusted God even when he didn't understand. Waiting isn't easy, but sometimes it's in the waiting that God prepares us for what's next. Joseph's time in prison wasn't wasted. God was shaping his character and placing him exactly where he needed to be. So if you're in a season of waiting, like Joseph, remember this: God is still with you, and he still has a plan. Thanks for watching. Share to encourage someone today.